And here we go. Day one of the Denver Broncos training camp practice is officially in the books. Got to see a lot from Jarrett Stidham, Bo Nix, a lot of the newcomers. We have a lot to talk about in this video. Some news, some notes, some highlights, observations from day one. And remember, we're going to keep you updated throughout the remainder of training camp, but also the regular season as well. Before we jump into the news and notes from today's practice, I want to start this video off like we always do and give a massive shout out to all of the Broncos media members out there who work so hard every single day to get these highlights out for us, kind of enabling us to make this video. Without them, making this video is impossible. So go follow them on Twitter. They're going to keep you updated with the highlights as they happen in real time, and you don't even have to wait for me to post the video to know what's going on. Now, with that being said, let's kind of jump into the video and talk about day one of Broncos practice. Now, the major note, right, the first thing that we need to take away was Greg Dulcich. This dude looked good. He was back. He was healthy. He was running. He was catching footballs. And he was looking like he was the day one starting tight end of this football team. And I am so excited because once he starts to build that chemistry, once he starts to build that rapport with the quarterback like Bo Nix or Jarrett Stidham, whoever the starter is going to be, he is going to be a dynamic, threat down the field. I am so excited to see what he can do going forward. We got to see Audric Esme as well get out there, work with the team, get some things going, working at full speed. That was definitely something you want to see. Courtland Sutton was at practice, obviously expecting him to be there, but never know. Sometimes maybe if he wanted to be traded, don't know. But he was there. He was practicing with the team. Everything was fine. Javonte Williams was taking first team carries. Now, this is a weird one. Specifically because throughout the entirety of the offseason, all of rookie minicamp, OTAs, mandatory minicamp, the one thing we heard was Javonte Williams was on the chopping block. He was potentially going to be cut. And a lot of people believe this. I mean, I've seen this everywhere. So many different people talking about this. But today, look, one, a lot more in shape, but also was the main running back on the team. If you ask me, from day one anyway, this dude's not getting cut. This dude's your starting running back. So let me know what you guys think about that. Was all that just some nonsense, or do you think there was some truth to it in terms of them wanting to move on from Javonte Williams? Obviously, looking at practice today, it looks like it's not true. But, again, never really know. It's only day one. Let's see, what else? Dulcich also had a 15-yard catch from Bo Nix on 7-on-7s, exploded down the field with a catch with Stidham early or after in team drills as well. So, continuing to build that connection with both quarterbacks, that is something you love to see. Perine, all right, so Samaje Perine might be the guy that might be on the chopping block. He was actually a little bit behind Jaleel McLaughlin, Audric Esme. Those guys are both taking reps before Samaje Perine. So again, don't really know where that puts him, but probably does have a long way to go to make the football team, to make the roster with Sean Payton as the head coach. Sean Payton also was really happy with the wide receiver room, likes the size, what they've brought in here. You have Courtland Sutton, you have Josh Reynolds, Marvin Mims, but also Tim Patrick, Troy Franklin, Devon, you have Brandon Johnson, Little Jordan Humphrey. So obviously liking the size, liking the versatility, the dynamic of the wide receiver room is something Sean Payton is, very happy about. We'll see how these guys continue to develop going forward. Now, before we jump any further into the video, we should have more to cover tomorrow, by the way. Make sure you guys do me a favor. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. It is free. It doesn't cost anything to join the family. And we're going to be covering the Broncos throughout all of training camp, preseason, regular season, breaking down film every single day. So make sure you guys are here for that. And lastly, if you want to watch some preseason Broncos games with me, make sure you guys follow my Twitch. It is Matty Dubs with 3 S's, or you can find the link in the description below. With that being said, let's get back into the video. Sean Payton was also saying that all quarterbacks are on the same page, all very competitive, all knowing what, could happen, right? Any one of these quarterbacks could be your starter. You got Bo Nix, the first-round pick. You got Jarrett Stidham. You got Zach Wilson. All of these guys are going to continue to fight for not only a roster spot, but a starting job on this football team. So, want to see how those guys continue to look as they build chemistry with the wide receivers. I'm also interested in Tim Patrick. I really want to see where he's at, right? Obviously dealing with a ton of injuries. Is he going to be a guy that gets a lot of play? Is he not going to get a lot of play? Definitely want to see about that. We also saw a lot from Mathis. Mathis seemed to be the day or the starter, the alpha corner alongside obviously Pat Surtain, but that was interesting. Amari Mathis is a former 4th round pick back in, I believe, 2022. Maybe just has taken that jump up and could be the outside boundary corner alongside Surtain and McMillan. Troy Franklin got a lot of work today in terms of building on what he can already do, right? The coaching staff really involved with Troy Franklin, trying to make sure that his potential is reached at the end of the day. So that is something to monitor going forward. And then as of punt return, we saw Mims and Tremon Smith getting most of those reps. Again, the kickoff return with the new look kickoffs, those are going to be exciting to see. The strategic part of it, how is this special teams coach going to put guys in position to succeed at kick returner, right? You have Marvin Mims, you have Jaleel McLaughlin, Tremon Smith, Devon Vele. Who is going to be your primary kick returners is my question. I mean, I could see Marvin Mims being there right away, but do you want to potentially risk injury there? We'll see. Alex Singleton was pumped about the new look defense, adding new guys in a bunch of different areas. The explosiveness is something that's jumped off the sheet for him so far to start camp. In terms of the QB order, it was Stidham 1, Bo Nix 2, Wilson 3. Practice was very late today, so once we get the pads on, we'll have a lot more definitive things to say, but just not much really going on, right? Walkthroughs, a little bit of 7-on-7s, very little to no contact at all, especially with the QBs. They're never going to hit the quarterbacks, but overall, I would say it was a good day. I thought we saw a lot of good things. Tomorrow, we'll probably see even more work in 7-on-7s, 11-on-11s, maybe get to see more highlights. I know this video is probably not going to be filled with too many highlights at all, but again, once we ramp up, we'll see a lot more. Hit the like button, subscribe. Also, comment down below who is a player or 2 players that you think could potentially break out for the Broncos this season. Whether it's a rookie, a second-year player, a veteran, who you think has the most potential to break out here for this team. If you had to ask me, one player I think could break out this year, Jonas Griffith is a guy I've always been really high on. You also have Jonah Ellis. This linebacker room is really deep. Alex Singleton, Cody Barton getting a lot of snaps today. Jonathan Cooper and Barron Browning off the edge. That's tough. Honestly, I don't even know. Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.